What is up with the summer 2025 anime season? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host, Connie, and what the fuck is happening here? Like, I said this with another video this season, another one of these multitude of first impressions we've done for summer 2025. But seriously, why is this season so aggressively stacked? Like, I'm being completely serious here. I have not seen an anime season have this many knockout hits, both returning old series and new series that are just starting. I have not seen this in a long, long, long time. Like, I'm talking years and years. This is so insane how stacked this season is. Like, I genuinely don't think you understand how, like, huge this is. Because not only do we have so many returning series that are big name shows, you have ones that are returning after, like, over a decade, like Panty and Stocking. You have, like, Dan to Dan, which was a massive hit. It's just, like, you also have all this new stuff that's getting so much attention, that's getting, like, so popular. And this is one of them. Lord of Mysteries, like, I have been hearing about. I don't know what it's about. I've been able to avoid, like, spoilers in terms of plot and whatnot. But I have been hearing people, like, praising this series. Why are so many series this season, like, getting so much attention? And this is one I hadn't heard of prior to the season starting. Like, Gachiakata, like, I knew that one was coming. Everybody was talking about that months and months in advance. But Lord of Mysteries, had not heard of this once before it started airing. Once it started airing, I am hearing about it nonstop all over social media. And again, luckily avoiding any plot details, but still, hearing people at least praising the shit out of it. What is in the water over in Japan that this many big shows are being released all at once? And whatever it is, can we keep that going? Can we keep that happening? Because that's it's wild, but it's at the same time so, like, cool to see. The anime industry is, like, there's been, like, points in the past years where people have been talking about the anime industry's going downhill because of all of these controversies and stuff. It's like we're starting to reach a point where it's not going to be as popular. Like, views and stuff are already going down on average. And it's like the anime industry is going to be cooked in a couple years. It's going to, like, start going downhill, and there's going to be less anime releasing. And it's like, bitch, if this is the kind of, like, shit we're getting just randomly out of nowhere, I think it's kind of the opposite. I think we're going to kind of be in a renaissance for anime. And that's a big fucking deal. Because there's been amazing stuff coming out in the past years, but we have not had this level of consistent excitement for anime in a long time, especially to this degree. So it's just, it's an exciting time. And even if I don't personally like everything, and even if you or anyone else doesn't personally like everything, the fact that so much is getting so much attention is saying something. Like, there's even other anime that I haven't checked out yet that I know are getting a lot of attention, like that Night of the Living Dead one, which is just a zombie series except cats, which is like a what the fuck moment, but at the same time it's getting a lot of attention, so it's clearly doing something right. It's like, what is happening? I think I have reacted to more, I think I've done more first impressions for this season than I've done for the entire past year combined in terms of anime releases. That's insane. But let's talk about this, because I've just been like losing my mind over the fact that this is happening. This is a first impression donation reward. I want to get that out of the way first. Venom donated for this specifically, but as a first impression. So we're going to treat it as a first impression here. But I'm just letting you know that Venom asked me to do a first impression to it. So I know nothing about this. Like I said, outside of the popularity of it, I don't know what it's about. Lord of Mysteries. I assume it's a mystery series. Now, Lord could refer to a number of things. Like, it could be very literal in terms of a god. It could be more in terms of the political position in the old days in Japan and stuff. It could be a number of things, and I have no context. I don't think I've even seen an image from this series. That's how out of context I am for this one, which is a good thing, as I tend to say. I prefer to go into pretty much everything as blind as possible. So it's a good thing that I don't know anything. Now, for those of you who are new and are checking this out for this video, and you don't know what a first impression is, let me just quickly explain. So on this channel, we do something called first impression, and that's where we watch the first or so episode, most of the time the first, but on rare occasions we'll watch like a two-parter or whatnot. But we'll watch like the first or so episode and determine if it's a series that I want to continue reacting to in the future, a series I'd rather watch on my own time, or something I'm just not interested in. It could be any of the three, and the reason why I do these first impressions for some series and not others is because I do these for series that I'm just not 100% sure if I'm going to want to react to. Stuff that either might not be like normally my thing, or might be something I've never heard of before, or just something I don't know anything about and have no clue if it's going to be for me. So yeah, this definitely fits into that. But it was also, again, requested of me to do a first impression of it. I don't know what I'm going to get into here, but we'll see what happens. And in the afterthoughts, I will, of course, let you know what I'm going to do with this series. If I do want to continue reacting to it in the future or not. And if not, if I want to watch it on my own time or just not, I'm interested. But just as a note with all of this, we've been having a pretty good streak this season in terms of wanting to continue reacting to shows. Even if it's something like Gachiakata, which was like, oh, I just think I need to see more of this before I can make a true thought. It's like, I think pretty much everything from this season that we've done a first impression to, I've chosen to react to. And a couple of them I've even pushed up on the list so that we'd get to them sooner, like Turkey. So it's like one of those cases where it's like, this season's just like doing so well. And then we have like stuff like Dan to Dan, which I was just going to get to anyway. Because I really loved season 1. So it's like, this is just insane. But I'm all for it. I love finding new shows that I can really sink my teeth into. So I'm just as for this as anyone. I'm happy that there's so many great things coming out. Again, even if just stuff that is like so massively popular. Even if I don't end up liking everything, it's like I'm willing to give anything a shot, you know? So I think we should just get into this. Let's check this out, see what this first episode gives it, and see if this continues the streak of this season just really knocking them out of the park for me. So let's get going. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. What? I I feel like there's like occasions where something that I watch ends up being a little too confusing. And it doesn't happen super often. Sometimes when a show or movie or whatnot is confusing or overstimulating to some degree, it tends to like either be the point or it just feels like it's making maybe a statement on that kind of thing or on something else with that. But here it's just like I'm not 100% sure what I just watched. Like I it gives you a shit ton of information at the beginning. And then it like just goes and like it feels like it's just too much way too quick. And it feels like I'm expected to know what I'm like watching, but I don't. There's so much happening. There's like so much information I just have not had the chance to grasp. But it's like the pacing is so aggressive. Like it's not even just that it's fast. It's so like aggressive in how it's paced. It feels like it's attacking me. And it's like I understand like this is like a mystery show or whatnot, and like part of it is like the mystery of what's happening, why he was transmigrated into this body in this other world, etc., etc. I have no issue with the mystery aspect of this and everything. That's not why I'm confused. I'm confused because it's like throwing like half a season's worth of information at me in one episode and expecting me to just understand instantly. Like, is this one of those shows that's only made if for those who are fans of the source material? Where it's like if you haven't already read the source material and already are like super familiar with it, you're not going to understand and enjoy this series? Is that the kind of show it is? Because I have like, okay, let's try to go over the plot of what happened. So I don't remember what his actual name is, but this guy is transmigrated into the body of Klein in this completely separate world. And the way he's talking about Earth, I assume he's from like our Earth. But he's transmigrated into this like kind of steampunky world, into this young man's body, the body of this man who committed suicide. And he tries to get back out, but it somehow takes him to this like other world, this like almost in between world where he somehow summons two others and starts this tarot club kind of on accident. Except he just kind of goes along with it as if he's super confident about what's going on and has any clue what's going on. But we hear his inner thoughts and he clearly doesn't. And it's just like, okay. And then on top of that, he's like being accosted by the police because Klein's foster family or something like that are dead, except for his sister who went out and I guess just doesn't know what's going on or whatnot. I'm so confused by everything happening. He's like, he wants to find his way back. There's all these different gods and goddesses. And the cops who come after him at the end are Beyonders. Beyonders, by the way, are people who have these abilities, and these abilities are like, can be given like via these strains or whatever they're called of like these potions, and the abilities are determined upon like the level of the potion or something like that. I don't know. again, there's so much information just shoved at us. It's not naturally delivered, it's very much exposited at us. And it's just, I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of like clearly supernatural elements to this, a lot of like intense imagery. And I can't tell outside of him who is or is not a good guy or bad guy or whatever the fuck. If this is even playing by those kind of standard rules with good and evil. I have no I was I was so confused. I tried to look up a synopsis for this because usually shows will like on Wikipedia have a synopsis for their episodes and everything. I couldn't find one for this. It just listed the episode names and stuff. I couldn't find like a synopsis of all the events that occurred and everything. And it's just I did like check real quick, and I want to bring this back up to see if like maybe this confused anyone else. I obviously didn't want to look up spoilers or anything, but um I looked up on Twitter because that's usually a fairly good place to find like people's thoughts on things. And I've seen without seeing spoilers and everything, just kind of glancing through things, I'm seeing a lot of people who have said that they are like having trouble with it, understanding it, and they're dropping it because of that. Um Feels like jumpy and all over the place. Da, 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 da. Give me a second here. But then I've also been finding people who are saying like, "Oh, you want all the answers right away." No, that's not what we're complaining about. Me or any of these other people I've been seeing, it's like we're complaining about like the way things are being delivered and everything. It's not about like wanting to know everything off the bat. Our issue isn't the mystery aspect of it. There's one thing I found. I'm trying to find it again here, very specifically. Yeah. Okay. So there's some people who are also saying that it feels like you have to do homework to understand it. It feels like one of those things where it's like, oh, you have to read the source material, you have to look into all this other stuff just to know what's going on. And there are a lot of shows like that. And apparently, your boy Roshi even made a post about this. Again, not going into any spoiler details, thankfully. But he did say if you need to do homework to watch a show or watch YouTube breakdowns, other sidebar shows to explain the main show, then that's lame. Most people do not want to be doing all that. Otherwise, they would read the source material. And he goes on when asked what it's referring to. Lord of Mysteries causing a stir on my timeline and people calling others dumb for being confused when you got to do all this extra stuff to fully understand. So apparently, yeah, it's like, I don't know if like, if there's like, I don't know what these sidebar shows or whatnot mentioned are. And again, I didn't look into any details about future episodes, so I don't know like what happens in future episodes, but like people have been saying this like about the first episode and everything, and it's just there's again other people like complaining about like, oh, it's a mystery show, you're not supposed to. That's not the problem. The problem is the pacing, the writing, the fact that it clearly expects you to know what is going on, and that's why it's just. But at the same time, is expositing all this shit at you as if like you're going to understand when like 300 lines of information is just like thrown at your face in such a short amount of time. I I'm autistic. I talk about this very openly because it's not something I'm ashamed of, and it's just something about me that I'm very, open and honest about. Um Especially because it does affect my views on things. It does affect how I, you know, watch stuff or what I think about stuff, etc. And it does affect just in general the way I'm able to you know, engage in any kind of media. Certain things bother me more than others, and some things I can't really get over. And I don't tend to have a big issue with being overstimulated. I've talked about this before. It's not as big of an issue for me. But there are certain things that really fucking overstimulate me. There's occasionally, on a rare occasion, a certain movie or show or game or whatever else that will just completely overstimulate me. And there was this one movie, I can't think of the name right now. Let me look it up real quick. Woody Harrelson, I believe. Woody Harrelson movie. Trying to find it. I can't remember what it's called. Natural Born Killers. I reacted to Natural Born Killers on the channel here, and it like super overstimulated me with the way it was shot and directed and paced and everything. And I talked about like in that, I believe, like that this isn't like something that happens to me all the time. It's not something that I like face a lot. But it was one of those occasions where it was too much for me. And this is, I feel, is another one of those occasions. There's certain elements of this that are interesting. I won't deny that. But this first episode was so aggressively overstimulating for me that it's like I feel like I just ran a marathon or something. Like, my heart is actually going really fast. Even now, even like over 10 minutes after I finished the episode and it started these afterthoughts, it's like my heart is still beating really fast because I just feel so overstimulated by everything I just watched. It just feels like it was way too much in way too short of a time, but not enough to actually explain what's going on. Which is weird, right? It exposited so much information. It showed so much things happening. And yet I feel like I have no clue what's even happening in the first place. I feel like it didn't actually explain to me anything about what's going on. How is it both at once? Ugh. I don't think this is for me. If some people are liking this, like apparently a lot of people are, from what I've heard, because like I said, I've heard people talking about this all over social media, and it's been positive as hell. It's like people are praising the shit out of this and really loving it. But I guess like I'm not the only one who finds this extremely overwhelming. Apparently others are too, so at least I'm not alone in that. It's just one of those shows that I just do not think is for me. It's one of those that is just like, I can't handle this. And again, if you're able to follow along, cool, great, happy for you. But I can't do this. Like, I can't watch something like this on any level of a normal basis, because it'll just overwhelm me to the point of like really affecting my mental health. It's not going to do anything positive for me, and I don't think it's going to like get any better with that either, because it's like I don't know when like your boy Roshi put up that post, but I feel like it was probably after the first episode. It's just, this is like too much for me to handle. If I'm like this overwhelmed by it after just one episode, it's clearly not for me. So I apologize for anybody who like really wanted to see my reactions to this or whatnot, but I'm not continuing this, and I don't even know if I would continue this on my own time either. It's like this is one of those I can't do. It's too much for me. And that doesn't happen super often. Like most of the time when I like drop a show or don't continue it from a first impression, it's because I'm just not interested in what's happening, or I don't find it all that entertaining, or it does something I really don't like and that I can't get over. In this case, it's just too overstimulating, and I'm already not handling it very well. So yeah. Um Honestly, this is like the first one from this season really that just really didn't do it for me. Like even Gachi Akata, it's like, okay, I'm not sure how I feel about this yet. But like with this one, I'm very positive that I am not into this. This is not for me. Um but yeah, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this first episode? Were you able to follow along at all? And Venom, did you request this knowing what this first episode was like? Had you seen this already? Or did you just request this because you heard hype about it and wanted to check it out alongside me? Because if you knew what this was going to be like and requested it specifically to see my reaction to all of this, that's just mean. That's just mean, my dude. Like, that's rude. If you didn't know, then you didn't know. I can't blame you. But if you did know, then I'm blaming you. Oh, if you were able to follow along with this, though, it's like, geez, all the power to you, I guess. It's just, I couldn't. Like, I would probably need to watch this like 4 or 5 more times to understand even half of everything that happened in it. And honestly, that's being generous, I feel. And I just don't want to do that. So, yeah, like I said, tell me your thoughts down in the comments below. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.